Hi, this is Jamie. I want to update you on the 5th and 7th grade one-to-one program with Chromebooks and also answer some of the top emails I've been getting this week from parents. First off, I want to say thank you to all the families who joined the program and bought a Chromebook. I'm overwhelmed by the commitment and we'll continue our efforts to make sure this is a meaningful learning experience for our students, teachers, and staff. Our threshold to launch was 70% and we hit 88. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for that show of faith and commitment to the program. One of the top emails I've been getting is about privacy. So just some quick reminders about what the school can and can't access in regards to the student accounts and Chromebooks. During the school day, when students and staff use any computer, whether personal or district owned, our internet filter is in line and offers access based on age and role. For our K-6 students and the guest network, they have the most restrictions when it comes to sites and images. 7th through 12th grade students have more access and a wider range of websites that they can visit. They also have access to YouTube EDU. Staff have the next level of permission and more access. Having filtered internet allows us to provide a safer online experience by age group, and we slowly allowed more access as needed. Once the device leaves our network, we are no longer monitoring any web traffic or any searching. We cannot see anything associated with a student device, even if they're still logged in with a school account. So, something else to remember, though, is with the school account, just like a professional account given out by businesses, the Google account should be considered a work account without an expectation of privacy. So while you're at home and we cannot see web traffic, anything done with a Google account regarding email or files or working on projects, that is all backed up by the school. So we have backups of the documents. If there's ever an issue, we can research and solve the problem. This has helped protect students and staff from a variety of issues such as accidentally deleting a file, claiming to have emailed the teacher homework, and recovering a folder deliberately deleted by another student. This is the perfect training ground for our students to understand the nature of communicating and working digitally. With a school account, we expect them to write in academic voice instead of texting lingo. We expect certain behavior when working in groups, such as learning leadership and time management. And we hope to prepare the students for the challenges of digital permanence, or the concept of what's put online is going to be there forever. So we really want to take the time to help them learn those lessons now when it's safe. So to recap, we cannot see anything done at home with the Chromebooks like internet searching or playing games, but we do have archives of the actual work created with a school account like documents and presentations. So we also have a tool that's important to know about visibility. We can see the students' screens on the Chromebooks when they're in class through this tool, but it's only when it's on our network. It's essential to help the teachers manage a classroom full of laptops. They can send out links to a web page, deliver a short message to the student, make sure the students are on task. It's a very simple tool, but one that reinforces the lessons of school versus home and the idea of how to use technology professionally. We hope this leads to better self-moderation as they get older and attend college or join the workforce. But again, this only works on our network during classroom instruction. It will not work off of our wireless network. Quick note for 5th grade, some families have expressed interest in sending the Chromebooks to school and leaving them there. It's really important to us to make sure that we secure those Chromebooks, so we need to get a sense of who is going to be leaving them and who is taking them back and forth each day. To make this work, we're going to need those Chromebooks to come with the charging cable in a Ziploc bag labeled so we know what student it belongs to. We're going to be setting up a locked or secure area for those Chromebooks to stay when they're at school. But because of that, we may be wiring in the chargers, and this would make it impossible for us to be sending them back and forth on the weekends. So if you do decide to have your Chromebook live at school, please know that this is an everyday thing. It cannot just be going back and forth by choice. The teachers will be doing an inventory each night to make sure which Chromebooks are there and which ones are staying. So it's really important that you decide. Your 5th grade teachers will have a form for you to fill out and just say Chromebook is staying at school or Chromebook is going back and forth. We will make exceptions that during long breaks or holidays, the Chromebooks can go home and we'll undo all of the charging components. But please make sure you know that it's either all or nothing. It stays at school or it goes back and forth each day. Just some quick facts about Chromebooks, also to answer another question. Students can get to their accounts from any computer. So what's most important about this program, whether they have a Mac, PC, or Chromebook, they can access their instructional tools. On our campuses right now, we have all types of devices, and we want our students to have that varied experience. We want them to have a strong tech foundation so they can choose the right tool to accomplish the task. Right now, the Chromebook is a great solution because it's easy to use and it requires very little technical knowledge for troubleshooting. Restart or refresh, and 95% of the problems are fixed. Students and teachers are gaining technology independence with these Chromebooks. What we didn't see this happen as fast with other devices. So remember, it's a combination of the Chromebook and their Google account that makes this really powerful. So they can actually use any computer, phone, tablet, anything to access their account and still get their work done. Some of you have been having trouble with printing. Just have them log into the regular computer and print at home that way. We're also trying to decrease paper usage, so we're working with the teachers to find other solutions. But know that, again, they can use their account with any computer. Last couple notes. There have been some concerns about personal accounts on the Chromebooks. So right now, this is not allowed. It is a global setting that I've turned on, so it's only school accounts on the Chromebooks. Let me tell you a little bit about the background and then what our solution is. So we have these devices restricted because if teachers are in the classroom sending out homework or files, and then there's suddenly the question of, wait, what account are you logged into? Why didn't you get this? Where's the file? Oh, switch accounts. All of that confusion can lead to lost instructional time. So we also want to make sure that there aren't those distractions. Second, we have zero visibility if a student is using a personal account at school. So on the admin side of the Chrome Google console, there is just a button that we've switched saying allow personal accounts or do not allow personal accounts. We can manually uncheck that after school, but we need to do some testing to make sure that's going to work. I recognize the sensitive nature of my judgment of saying you can't use a personal account on something you purchase. So know that we'll find a solution, but I also wanted you to know the background, that it was really about keeping the kids safe in school and avoiding those distractions. So I will have a solution very soon, as soon as I finish some testing. Last two notes, so filtering at home. I talked earlier about what we're doing at school. If you're interested in setting up filtering at home, there are a few options. You can do a quick Google search and do filtering at home and find pretty much the same things I did. But I would really like you to talk to your kids about time management. We always get things done when there's a deadline. If I have 2 hours, it's going to take 2 hours. I've done some research and found that OpenDNS can be quite useful for filtering at home. There's another company called K9. NetNanny also seems popular, but I'm a little unsure on whether or not it works with a Chromebook. I'm still digging into that. But NetNanny could be something you set up on your other home computers. These three choices will provide that filtering at home that some of you are looking for. They even have time management solutions such as setting screen time. So check out those. Quick note about 7th grade. At the high school, we have a tech office called the Help Lab. This is located by the cafeteria. Students have taken a tour during orientation, so most of them know where this is. We've been seeing a lot of them pop in already. We're open before school, after school, break, and lunch. Most days. Occasionally we have to run out to help somebody in a classroom, but we've been checking on the students in the classroom and seeing them come to help as well. So students can access the Information Resource Center or the IRC also if they need to do something like printing or just check their account. So there's a couple resources there for them. So in conclusion, I just want you to remember that we're working to teach our students about developing a toolkit. They need to know how to choose the right tool for the job, whether it's a glue stick or a Chromebook. So as we put an emphasis on what's coming next with our students, I want us to make sure we're remembering that we're really preparing them for those awesome challenges. And I really want them to find that joy in learning. So while they're sitting in classrooms with Chromebooks now and they have access to the answers at all times, I think the job of the teacher really now is to foster that love of learning and that lifelong sense that we're always going to be educated. Whether or not they can find the answer, that's part of our challenge. But then the next one is, what do they do with that answer? And finally, I really want to focus on what do they do to ask better questions. So with that, if you have questions for me, first I want to apologize if I've neglected any of you in email. We're set to launch 6 websites, so that's been eating up a lot of our time. Meanwhile, having 600 kids on the network, that's been quite fun. So we're adding our final touches to the website, monitoring the bandwidth, making sure the kids are okay and getting on what they need. So we've been quite busy, but I will do my best to get back to you. Send me an email, jl@lcusd.net, and I'll try to help you out. Thank you again for your time, and I'll send an update shortly with more news, but again, I appreciate the support and we're just so excited about this program.